Okay, viewers, this is Dr. James Wand International speaking, and I'm just at the Meadow bus station today, and it's Sunday, 19th of July 2026, and it's afternoon time, early afternoon, around 1:30 p.m. And right now I'm on Fairfax Street and heading towards the Coventry Transport Museum. And yesterday I did a video in Coventry City Centre at the Primark store, and also I did a video in Leamington as well, in the town of Leamington, at the Jefferson Garden Park in particular. And what was I mentioning yesterday? Well, I was mentioning when I was at Leamington, the fact that the American comedian Eddie Murphy, he's had 10 children, and he's been married twice, and his second wife is that model, that blonde model, Paige Butcher from Perth in Western Australia. So I was mentioning that as well. But he's only had 10 kids. He's had one less than Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, if you can recall, was that comedian, black and white movies mostly. He made lots of movies, and he was very famous worldwide. And they even stole his body at one stage when he was buried in Switzerland. I think he was buried there, and someone stole his body and demanded ransom from his relations. Eventually his body was found. And anyway, Charlie Chaplin, he had 11 children in total from multiple wives. And another person who was prolific in children and a comedian was Mickey Rooney, if you can recall. Mickey Rooney, American actor, and he had 9 children in total from 8 different wives. Almost a child from each wife he had. Almost every wife he had one child, and moved on to the next. That was Mickey Rooney. So he was prolific as well. And Mel Gibson, another one, he's kind of a comedian, and there's also an action figure as well. He's had 9 children as well from multiple wives. So that's Mel Gibson for you. So let's just go back to the Coventry Meadow bus station. Obviously these days I'm on the buses, and it's no laughing matter. Obviously you've heard of on the buses, Reg and Varney, and the old British version of Hitler. They had Inspector Blazy, the lanky Hitler. In real life, Hitler was only 5'8". He was a lot shorter. He wasn't a lanky Hitler like Blakey, Inspector Blakey. He was played by Stephen Lewis, the late Stephen Lewis, who was well over 6 foot. So I'm on buses these days, obviously. Affordability issues of what else do I need to mention? I'll mention the war hero movies, World War II movies, and I'll go a bit on about them in my next video. The main ones are obviously the 1964 movie 36 Hours, starring Jim Garner and also Eva Marie Saint. She's a wicked actress in it. She's over 100 years old, by the way, 101 I think, coming up to 102. I think she is 102 now, on the 4th of July. Eva Marie Saint in Jim Garner. Actually, 36 Hours was remade in 1989, and it's called another movie by a different title, and it was called Breaking Point, and it starred Corbin Bernsen, the actor in LA Law. That's the actor that played that character. Similar role, similar sort of plot. American army personnel gets put in an army hospital, obviously by by the German side, and they're pretending that the war's all over, and just to obtain that information from him. When is the D-Day? The D-Day, the landing of that, the D-Day landings. If you can recall, it's 4th of June, and it's in Dunkirk. That's the information they're looking for, and they make him look older as well. They put an appearance on him. They dye his hair grey and he thinks he's a lot older, obviously, and they even put glasses on him to make him feel like he's old aged, and to get that effect that the war's over and everything, just to obtain that information from him. So that's Corbin Bernsen playing that role, and obviously he has a cut on his finger with a piece of paper, and that's how he gets suspicious that it couldn't have been an aging thing that's occurred with him, because that was just a day or so ago, and it should have healed by now. And that's how he became suspicious of the plot. And then he escaped as well from them. Obviously, they're trying to get that information from the D-Day landings, etc. That's a wicked movie as well. The 1989 movie Breaking Point, starring Corbin Bernsen, a remake of 36 Hours. And then, of course, there's the 1965 movie Operation Crossbow. That's a classic, Operation Crossbow, starring George Papard, the late George Papard. It comes in 18. Sophia Lorenz. And I don't think they should have killed Sophia Lorenz after she sexed him and everything. That's wrong. That's not really right, was it? Anyway, and my favourite part is those two, Biju and Dr. Engels. Dr. Engels is Doctor of Mathematics. Those two, and they've got, identities given to them by British intelligence, etc. Biju gets the wrong identity, and he gets an identity with a wife called Ursula. Maybe it's Ursula von der Leyen. He couldn't have had 7 kids, could he? And he gets shot dead, obviously, with that identity. And that leaves Dr. Engels. He actually sabotages the production line where in the factory. He gets into the factory, infiltrates the factory where they're producing the missiles, the vengeance weapons or whatever that is. And my favourite part is when he says, "Switch on R9." Remember that? Switch on R9. We're looking to switch on R4 for guys like me, hey? He switched on R9. Yeah, Dr. Engels, Doctor of Mathematics. That's my favourite clip of that movie. He infiltrates, that missile factory and then shoots them down in the act. Obviously, it's a suicidal mission, but obviously he was kind of more successful than Biju. Biju gets shot dead. That's why he's called a Biju, isn't he? He gets some Dutch identity with that name, Dutch, and he had a wife called Ursula. So that's the 1965 movie, classic wartime movie, Operation Crossbow. And the other movie I like is the 1968 movie, Where Eagles Dare, starring Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton. Richard Burton plays an excellent role, especially in the castle, in the interrogation room, in the table, where they're all sitting down and they're checking their identities and talking about American actors and things. That was my favourite scene as well, the interrogation scene when I don't really like the Clint Eastwood role when he kills that radio operator in the back. I don't think that was a good scene. It's rather too ruthless, I think. Cold-blooded killer he was in that movie, Clint Eastwood, when he kills that radio operator who's just listening to music, that German operator in the castle. So those are the wartime movies anyway. I thought I'd mention them. I better get on my bus now. My bus has arrived. Dr. James VON-DUTCH at the Meadow bus station on 19th of July 2026.